the Life Never Ends podcast, where we put it out there so it lives forever. We're supposed to record this podcast
Oh, dude, we were supposed to do
August?
it
Or
was
September.
it was September. So yeah, because I had 2 weddings to serve in back to back. So like,
You was gonna be down. That's true. It
yeah,
was for Timmy. The day
yes,
after Timmy and
yes,
Brittany's wedding was
yes.
gonna be.
So like, I had that because I remembered because I had their wedding and then I had another wedding that I served in. I did end up serving in it, obviously. But that one was in Shreveport the following weekend. And then, his mama ended up in the hospital with COVID and then extended. Thank God she's out. Like I said, gonna go visit her today. Um, but that happened, and then so they canceled, and I was like, well, I don't have a reason to come down. And then the storm hit, and it was like, it may happen, it may not.
Yeah. We made it work though.
Yeah.
But let
So
me do a little intro real quick.
sounds good.
Welcome back to the Life Never Ends podcast. Y'all already listening, so here you go. I'm the host, Alan. Before we get into the interview, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, like our videos on YouTube to help with the algorithm, like and follow us on Spotify, leave a review on Apple Podcasts. This is your first time listening to the podcast or watching on YouTube. Check out some previous episodes like episode 28 with former Nickel State quarterback Chase Forcade, or even episode number 15 with local artist Jalen Quinn. Now I would like to welcome in this week's guest, from Mullet to No Mullet, Kit Maronge.
What an intro. What an intro.
I've been having that one in the bag.
Really?
For a while.
Really? I was really thinking, man, because it's like I've been listening since day one, and I was thinking is like, what can I do to get on here? And that was really the last thing that I thought of. But like the second that I saw you comment on that post, whenever I cut my hair, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw a Hail Mary here because it's like I'm thinking I do nothing. I literally that's it. I had nothing going for me but my hair. But that was like I think 3 years I was growing my hair out.
And now, like, mullets are back, and you cut yours off right
Well, I
whenever
cut
they
it,
came
man.
back.
It's the thing is like that's the second time I did it. It's the second time I did it. I did it my junior year of high school, and it's like
It wasn't a thing
it
back then
wasn't a
again.
thing, and it was like me and Landon Trahan did it, but he cut his long before I did because his mom just wasn't having it. So
Now Tevin got one.
Tevin's got one, dude. Everybody's got
And
a mullet, and it's like I only did it because it was like I liked it. I
yeah,
liked it, and not gonna lie, a little bit. It was in spite of my uh the girl I was with at the time was like,
hated it,
well,
probably.
she was like, don't cut your hair into that. You're gonna look so stupid. And I was like, you know, I was like,
So you're gonna grow one out again? Or
man, I'm thinking about just like letting my hair go, but dude, 3 years,
it's a pain. I grew
dude, it
my hair
is.
out once and just waking up in the morning and having hair in my mouth and shit, and it's like, what the fuck
That's
am I
that's
doing?
that's what finally got me because it's like you would think like work it would piss me off
Yeah.
or it would just upset me or really anything, but it was waking up in the mornings. It was dealing with it was washing it because the one thing that bothers me more than anything in the world, you would think that like it would have caused me to cut it sooner. I don't like going to bed with wet hair. Can't stand it. Wet hair on a pillow, nails on a chalkboard.
And then you wake up the next morning and it's fucking
Yes,
all
dude, it's
over.
poofed everywhere. And the good part is like I didn't have to worry about anything up front being in my face, obviously, because it's all short on
Yeah.
top and the sides. But like that side stuff, dude, it'll get in your face. Like I don't know how women do it. Like I really don't, man.
No. Like, I grew mine out and I just grew the top out, man bun, and
Yeah,
had all the
I think
sides.
I remember that. I think I remember when
It was
you did
only
that.
it was like a year phase.
Yeah,
It's like, shit, I'm gonna be on my beach boy shit. I wish I would have grew out
yeah,
the whole thing and then went from there. But I like being lined up and like
yeah.
it's
It's that's the thing is I've grown my hair out several times. So like my freshman year of college, like I got there and I couldn't find a good barber. It's like I'm very particular about my hair, but the good thing is like I wear hats a lot. So if it comes out bad, like I could just cover it up. But whenever I got to Ruston, I couldn't find anybody. And I ended up finding this dude, and I want to say his name was Eric. He was a black dude, and he was an ex convict, cleanest fade I've ever had. and then he ended up going back to
It's prison.
prison, and so I couldn't find a barber, and so, like, I went 2 years just growing my hair out, and this is before the mullet. This is, like, my freshman and sophomore year of college, and so, like, I grew my hair out, like, just
Just
about as
because you didn't
long
have a barber, basically.
just about as long, just all the way around. Like, my bangs were down to here, like, everything, except I would just have it flowing. That's it, and then I ended up cutting it, and then once again, I just started it over. Like, I had found a barber, and then he moved out of town again, and it's like, dude, I've had so much trouble, but now I've got this one guy in Ruston that cuts my hair. His name's Tate, dude. He's taken care of me, like, the past 3 years with the mullet and everything, the whole guy. Like, the barber shop that I go to, I've tried everybody in that shop, and I tried Tate whenever he was an apprentice, and I
Once you
was
find a barber, it's hard to
it's
switch.
it's loyalty.
Yeah,
It's
that's
loyalty.
that's how I look at it. My old lady told me the other day, she's like, "Well, why don't you try another barber?" I said, "Do you want me to cheat on you?"
Thank you. Thank you. You don't do
And
that.
she's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "I'm not cheating on my barber. I'm not just going to try out
Yeah,
another."
so somebody else.
Yeah,
This
it's the
isn't like
same thing.
it's you have to be monogamous with your barber. That's it. You don't go to anybody else. Like I will bounce around if I'm out of town, and I need one bad, for that wedding in
But
Shreveport.
yeah, and you go back and forth so
Dude,
much.
like I'm all over the place, and it's like you never know. So it's like I've got no problem, like going out of town and doing it. But as far as uh, as far as that part of it goes, I have never gone to anybody else but Tate in Ruston. That's it. Same guy all the time. And it's like, he gave me my very first cut with him for free whenever he was an apprentice because he was like, this is the first mullet I've ever done. And I just told him, I was like, dude,
It's a mullet.
I was like, just don't touch the back. I was like, do whatever you want. I was like, put some style in it. I was like, do whatever. And like whenever I went in to you cut it off, I was like, dude, I was like, give me something that fits me. And he was like, you've got it. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. But it's time, man. Dude, it was aggravating me. And the thing is like I told nobody. I
You
told
just
nobody.
wouldn't do
Dude,
it.
I told nobody I was cutting my hair. Like I didn't say I was contemplating it. I didn't drop one of those subtle hint Snapchats or anything that people put foreshadowing anything. No. The only person I really told was Hannah. And that was it. And then I told her I was like, but the thing is you're not getting a picture of it. You're just going to come home and just witness it. And I did post a reaction of her to that, and she was just, like, speechless because we got together
With
whenever
the
I
mullet.
we got together with the mullet.
Actually, the
She
the mullet probably drug her in.
the thing is okay,
Now she's contemplating in her head, like, well, should I do I really want him or was it the mullet the whole time?
it's funny, and a lot of people will think that it's stupid. Tinderella. That was my Tinderella. Worked out perfectly. Met on Tinder. Dude,
Oh.
it's so weird. So, like, you would
I
see
was
on
I was trying to figure out what Tinderella was, but
this is
okay.
my Tinderella, bro.
Never
So,
heard of that.
it said that she was less than a mile away, and I slid up on it, and I was like, "It's the hair for me." And then she said that and she goes, "Oh, same to you." And I was like, "Bagged." And then it's crazy because she literally lived in my backyard, basically. Like her house was like I could throw a rock and hit her window from my old house. And so it's just been
So y'all
game over
living you
since.
living out there in an apartment or
No, me and one of my buddies from down here. He's also a fraternity brother now, but me and him live together. But I'm not even gonna lie, I spend most of my time in her house because it's so much shorter to work,
mm.
so much easier, and plus I don't have to worry about eating alone, feeling lonely.
So what you went to school out there for?
Well, I originally started out for electrical engineering, and then I remember it was like my very first quarter there. Very first quarter. I'm taking math 101. And you would think that that's not like a big deal because I'm good at math, but I'm hanging out and it's Kyle Barker and Joey Brunet. I'm hanging out at their apartment. I remember they were right next to the baseball field and I'm sitting there and I'm watching them do one of their engineering projects because they both graduated
Yeah.
engineering and it was them and one of their group members. And I have never seen somebody so stressed out and miserable. I was like, I can't do this for 4 years. I was like, I can't. And I literally wouldn't change my major the next day to supply chain. Went 3 years with that, and dude, I just kept bombing this one class. Like I literally went so far in the curriculum, I could not go any farther without like passing that class. I took that class 5 times, 5 times, dude. I tried so hard. I went through the tornado, the whenever that tornado hit Ruston, you need a C to pass. I had a 69.8, and he did not round me up. Did not round me up to a C. I would have graduated a year and a half earlier. Well, say a year and a half, about a year, obviously. Um, no, didn't push me through. I had no house, I had no truck, I had nothing. I had nothing. And like that's your biggest thing? Is screwing me out of that. And I know a guy that lived in the fraternity house next door. Same class, same situation. He went
Rounding
and
them
kind
up.
of he went and played the pity card and got rounded up. And I'm like, you would have thought that just would have been like an instinctive thing to do, just like a
Yeah,
gesture out of the kindness of
especially
your heart.
after what y'all were going through at that time, that freaking tornado
Exactly.
coming through and
Exactly, bro.
ripping y'all apart.
No, dude, screwed me up. So, I actually ended up graduating in marketing. Working for the job I am in Ruston now. I've been there since well, I make a year after, like literally right after New Year's, like January 4th. So,
Cool. It's
they ended up.
finally good to graduate and
Oh,
get
dude,
working.
it's not great to pay it back. I tell you that.
Yeah, I went to college for 2 weeks and realized that I couldn't do it.
I don't blame you. And it's like,
And I regret not at least trying a little more. But I was like so money hungry at the time. It was like, fuck it, I'm going to make my money. But now that Cheyenne's gonna be finishing school, and once we get into a house and get comfortable, I'm definitely thinking about going back for. I got an idea of kind of what I want to go for now, because what I was going for was
what were you thinking?
it was a petroleum something. But
Petroleum engineering?
yeah,
Uh,
whatever program.
at Nichols?
No, it wasn't at Nichols. It was at Fletcher. Whatever. It was a new little thing that they had just started up. It was
Oh,
petroleum something.
is beyond me. But no, like my thing
It was so
is
long ago, I don't even remember.
well, I advocate for both sides. Like, I'm a huge advocate for, like, if you're gonna go to college, like, if you come out of college and you go to a job, you need at least 1 year of experience, bro. Because they'll have these guys, and like, you'd be surprised, dude. There are people that go to college and never do a thing. Never do a thing. They are literally just like you said, money hungry academics, bro. Like, never stop hitting the books. Never leave their house. Never go do anything.
So when they go into the workforce, they have
They
no
know nothing.
experience.
They know nothing. And it's like they'll throw them out in these situations. And like you always hear, blue collar guys just saying like college kids are dumb as shit.
Yeah.
And my experience is like I've done both. Like I struggled to get an internship. But like I came down here. I worked the pipeline at Whitetail for a summer. Um my freshman summer I did or basically my freshman year I did industrial cabinet installation. Like I got to travel and see a whole bunch of places like along, the I-20 corridor. But like I did all the cabinet work at the brand new press box at uh Tex Stadium. So like that's cool. It's like, whenever I go to games and shit, it's like, everybody sitting in that stadium seating up in the press box is like I put that. I put those stadium seats in
What
there.
stadium it was?
Joe Elliott Stadium. It's Louisiana Tech Stadium.
Oh,
But
okay.
like I did all the cabinet work, like all the seating, everything. It's like I saw that thing from start to finish. And it's like, I ride around and I'll pass like these schools and stuff that I worked on. Like I did basketball gyms. I like basically did all the cabinet work for like a brand new high school up there my freshman year. It's like I did that. I did oil field stuff. Heck, I was a maintenance guy for the school board. I
Yeah,
was, I
and that,
was
that just looks better on a resume going into something,
and
and,
you
and
would
not even just that. You're learning how to deal with people. You're in
exactly
a work
exactly
environment instead of somebody coming straight out the books
exactly.
into something. Is
Bro, I got fired from my very first job ever, and that set such a fire under me that I've never looked back. I got fired from my very first job ever because I did not take it serious whatsoever. I've never been fired for another thing, and I hate being late. Like if I wake up and I'm late, like I'm freaking out thinking I'm gonna get fired. I'm freaking out thinking I'm gonna get fired, but like never have again.
Yeah.
Never have again because like I go in and like I work hard.
Well, that's all we have
Yeah.
is our work.
And
If we half ass and shit and just not putting anything into like that, just makes you look bad at the end of the day. And like with me, I've been at the same job for almost 8 years now, so it's like
yeah.
I have so much. Like we're our time to get there is 6, but I'm like 6:30.
yeah. No, I feel that.
But that's just because I've been there so long.
Bro, my thing is this is gonna sound like the most old person thing ever. But dude, some of the people that I've dealt with, especially, and this goes directly out to like college kids. If that thing is recording,
Oh, it is.
get it together. Get it together, bro. I've worked with so many people that are literally just there to collect the paycheck, but will not do anything to collect that paycheck.
I know what you mean.
Dude, I mean, just flat out lazy. Just flat out lazy. And
Well,
it's like, I know people
you got to go
that will,
above and beyond at some point
I know
for
people,
your job.
exactly. And like, I know people that'll show up to literally just go hide and sleep. Like, just hide and sleep at work. And it's like, you, where? Where do you do that? Where do you do that? Like, dude, we got this brand new guy at work. First week he was there, he got caught upstairs in the mezzanine sleeping. First week.
That's
First week, dude.
and he needs to get fired to maybe light a fire in his
He's
ass.
still got a job. Still got a job. Dude, I've seen so much stuff where I work. Never been fired. Never been fired, dude. I've never seen one person fired. I've seen more people quit. COVID has ruined this. COVID has made it to where, like, people that don't deserve a job
Have a job
have a job
because you
because
can't find
you,
anybody else.
it's not even that.
We
If you
can't.
fire them, unemployment. They don't want to pay the unemployment. I don't blame them on that. But at the same time, it's like you shouldn't have that option. Like if you suck so bad to where we have to keep you so that way we don't have to pay you literally for being even more lazy as to just not being
Yeah.
here.
You're paying them either way to do nothing.
Basically. Basically.
Yeah,
So
our struggle right now, we can't fucking find anybody.
damn.
Nobody worth a fuck. That's
Uh,
our thing. Like, we're a small shop, so it's like, why just bring in some random ass person that we
yeah.
don't know? And
Yeah. Now, I'm not even gonna lie to you, dude. Like I've thought about it and I told Hannah is like if it ever comes down to it, like I've got no problem going back to blue collar. Like blue collar has never bothered me a bit. Like you know the feeling. It's like you wake up and it's like I hate my job, but I love the money. Love the money. But the thing is like now I don't have to worry about it, dude. I don't work weekends. I can get just about as much overtime as I want.
so you have the option
I have
to
the
work in
I have the
weekends.
option. Like that's the thing is like a lot of people think like college is like oh desk job and it's like kind of depending on where you're at. It's like right now I'm basically like I'm head of our e-commerce stuff. So like I oversee all of the Amazon and the eBay sales and stuff. So it's like if I want to go pull orders with these guys I can, but I don't necessarily have to. But I like to because it keeps me like going because I'm
Keeps
telling
you
you,
busy and it gives you an idea of how everything works.
oh dude, our receptionist went on vacation for 2 weeks. 2 weeks I had to fill in as our receptionist. Best worst thing ever. The good thing about it is I didn't have to take sales calls. Bad part about it, it's all that I could do. That's all I had to do was literally just like,
Answer the phone.
thank you for calling so and so. This is Kip. How may I help you? And it's like people wouldn't understand because I don't know why. I guess it's just a gender norm, whatever you would call it. But like they think you expect a woman receptionist.
Right.
And it's like they would hear me and they would just start rifling off their order and I would have to like just let them go and not be rude and I'd be like, "Okay, let me transfer your call."
To
Dude, some guy would go on for like 5 minutes trying to order something and it's like I have nothing on
but
the
if
screen.
it's a woman, they won't even give the order.
Won't even give them the time of day, bro. That's it's wrong, but whatever.
I have to deal with that too because, like, I'm in sales. I do stuff outside. I do
Mhm.
stuff. Basically, keep everything
Mhm.
together at the shop. So I'll be outside doing something. Alan, you have a phone call. Run inside. Hurry up. Take the order down. send the quotes out, this and that. Run back out.
So where do you work?
Pub Joint Incorporated. It's a machine shop.
Okay. What are you doing over there?
Everything. I do sales work, um, quality,
QC.
QC, shipping, literally everything.
Damn.
Because we have 2 machinists. I run the machine part time whenever I have time.
Mhm.
I do all the processing right now. Pretty much everything, dude. Everything you could think of in a machine shop that needs to be done, I'm doing it.
Jesus.
That's why we like once we hire somebody, it's gonna be my right hand man to like
Yeah.
help me out.
That's the thing.
But
So
it's nice because I have job security like a motherfucker because I'm the one that makes everything go at the end of the day.
I've told Hannah and a couple people back here. I said that I would move back here, but it's like I'm gonna spend a little bit of time and build a little bit of money, build a little bit of experience. Um, I told them that if somehow, some way, a job that makes me 150 a year, I would move back down here. Like I would not move down here for anything less.
Right.
I don't mind visiting. Love visiting. Dude, I literally showed up down here at 2 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. No, no care in the world. Like, dude, whenever Tevin came home from the Marines after boot camp, I literally that was my freshman summer of college. I literally worked that Saturday, got off at like 5:30, drove all the way down here, spent the night with him, spent as much of the day as I could, and then literally drove back just to go back to work on Monday. Like,
It's
I
8
don't,
hours worth of driving.
dude, I don't care. It does not bother me, dude. Like that drive to Odessa, loved it. And the thing is,
I like driving because you get to listen to podcasts.
bingo, bingo. I listened to you, Trent and Kyle's little the one right before, obviously this one, the one right before this one,
I don't
on
even
my way down Friday. I don't remember what it was about. I don't remember what it was about.
just bullshitting
Probably,
probably.
probably. But I literally I listened to that, and then I listened to Joe Rogan and Jocko Willing after, because uh the drive was a lot longer than the podcast was. So I literally that's my thing. That's my thing. Is if I'm driving, I'm not jamming out. I'm literally listening to a podcast. Like
I
if
could jam out for like a little while
Mhm.
and then it's like, all right, I done listened to the same song like 10 times. Cause once I get stuck on a song, I play the fuck out of it
Oh my,
until I'm tired of
yes,
listening to it. But then I
yes.
know every word to it.
Mhm.
So it's, I don't know.
Bro, TikTok is like ruining songs. Like there's good songs that are coming out, and like I know you guys like aren't like country fans or whatever, but like I'm a huge country guy. But it's like TikTok is ruining songs before they even come out with like people that are just like,
Morgan Wallen, the
Dude,
fucking,
like Broadway Girls sound like such a banger. What was the other one? It was Seven Summers, dude. Seven Summers was so overplayed before it even came out.
you listen to the Broadway Girls with Lil Durk that
I
came out?
did, dude. We were jamming out to that
I've
yesterday.
been listening to it
Dude,
on
it's so
repeat.
good. It's so good, man. Like
I
here's
was not expecting that collab of people.
mm-hmm. Here's the thing. And you can agree, you can disagree, whatever. You can say you hate country. You hate the stuff that's made for the middle suburban white mom.
Right.
You hate that pop country. I hate that pop country. There are people out there that I am guaranteed that anybody that says that they just hate country just have not found somebody that they like. There are a lot of people out there that are really, really good. Like, don't get me wrong. 2016 me, Luke Bryan, Florida Georgia line. All of these just pop
Poppy.
broke. There's a difference. I saw a TikTok the other day, and it was like, you don't. It was like, you hate beer country, but you've never heard whiskey country. There's two different kinds of things. There's music that makes you just want to get down and you want to you want to get hyped and drink to, and then there's the stuff that you can sit out and drink by yourself, or you'll sit out there with a cup of
Just a
coffee
few
in the morning and drink by yourself. And it's like, don't get me wrong. I've said that I hate rap before, but I'm so full of it. Like I'll listen to it, but I just don't go out of my way for it.
Right.
I don't like it like I used to. It is just I guess I haven't found somebody is all.
Right. I have an open mind when it comes to music. Like it all depends on the mood that I'm in of what I'm gonna
That's it.
listen to, or if like I could listen to something and like yeah, I get why people would like that, but
Yeah,
it's not something that I'm gonna go out of my way to
exactly.
listen to.
You don't push it on anybody. I mean
Yeah.
that it is what it is. But it's like there's people whenever you're somewhere and it's like, the past 4 years or past 5 years going on six that I've been in Ruston is like always been around guys that is just constantly just like classic country. Not so much new country, mostly just classic country. And it's like, uh that's all that that's literally just what
Yeah,
I've been
it's just
embraced.
ingrained
It's
in your
what it's
fucking
just
head.
exactly. Exactly. It's like you'll have people come along and it's like, what is this on here? Like this is sounds stupid, it sounds disgusting. It's like, shut up, get out. It's like, no, no. You don't you're gonna sit here and you're gonna accept it.
I think it's more or less like the beats, like that Morgan Wallen
Hmm.
beat of Broadway
That's
Girls.
it.
It's like a hip hop beat, but it's country. That's why Old Town Road was so
Hmm.
good because of the beat, how it got a hip hop element to it
Yeah.
with a country voice going over it. I
Bro,
could get down to something like that.
I can tell you right now who puts on a really good show. I don't know if you've ever heard of Cody Johnson.
No,
Dude,
I've probably heard a song.
you probably have. You probably have. Best performance I've ever been to. I've seen him 3 times. Seen him 3 times, and I'm literally considering going see him a fourth. If you ever been to a concert, you know that feeling of like you can feel the music, and what I mean by that is like you can feel like the bass and everything come through you, and it's like whenever they're playing, you get like that chill. Whenever you hear the songs that you like by him, every time, every single time. I saw him before he blew up, and then now he's like humongous, like chart trending guy. True to everything. They even just like released a documentary a while back about him. Like
Man,
it's really good.
uh, what's his name
It's
again?
Cody Johnson.
Cody Johnson. I have to check him
Very
out.
good. Very good. And like I said, dude, I've seen a couple of artists that have blown up in Ruston before they blew up. And it's like I missed a couple of people before I got to college. Like they had some bigger country artists that are like out there now that came to Ruston beforehand. And it's like I wish that I'd have been there to see them as well. But for some reason, it's like if they make a pit stop in Ruston, they come, they come through and then they blow up not long after. Um, oh, you know that song. It was real big like a couple years back. It's like Jordan Belfort.
Yeah.
He came and played in Ruston. The show sucked, dude. The show
He probably
sucked,
had that one song and that
dude.
was it.
Yes, yes, exactly.
One hit wonder.
Dude, one hit wonder, getting rich off of singles. That's it.
And but the thing is, people will never go back to another concert by
Exactly.
him.
Exactly. Dude is like he was just plastered. Plastered. Sang the same song like 7 times. Um
It's
another
funny.
good one. Another good one. So Uncle Cracker?
No.
It sings like Follow Me and I'm pretty sure if you heard a song by him, yeah,
Yeah, that's a lot of
I'm willing
music.
to bet you that you've heard one of his songs. It's like I don't know what it is. So he came and played at the Peach Festival in Ruston, which is like the big thing. It's like Ruston's, I guess, mascot's like a peach or whatever. Because we have a huge peach
Each
orchard up there.
farm.
Yeah, dude, it's a massive peach orchard. Great to shoot deer out of at night.
Probably
um,
illegal.
ah, it- only legal if you get caught.
Right.
So Uncle Cracker comes up there and plays. They had everybody at the bar across the street from I guess the wherever he was playing that got him just drunk. Dude, he could barely stand whenever he got out there. Like he was literally falling over, forgot all the words to his own songs, and literally they just carried him out of there. Like mid concert, carried him out of there.
That's fun.
Oh, dude, it was funny. It was funny.
I went to a concert, a Young Pinch concert in New Orleans. It was me and Cheyenne went.
Mm,
Because none of my friends knew who Young Pinch is. I just came across him one time and fucking fell in love with his music. So Cheyenne, I was always playing in the vehicle. Cheyenne started liking him too. So I was like, well, fuck it. He's coming to New Orleans. let's go. We never been to a concert together. Well, we go, and it's me and her and like 50 other people in this little bitty
Damn.
fucking. But it was cool as fuck because we're
Yeah.
like right there with him, and then all the people that played before him were good as fuck.
Yes.
Like uh Tyler Young, I don't. He's signed to Post Malone now. Good as
Damn.
fuck. Uh, Trevor Daniel. You
Mhm.
probably heard his song "Falling"
I probably have.
on fucking TikTok.
I think
He
I have.
played that song. It was a week after it came out. He
Uh-huh.
played it there for the fucking on for the concert, and his producer came on and just said like it's been out a week. It has over 50 over 100,000 plays or some shit. Like
Damn.
y'all go check this song out. It blew up on TikTok. Now he has songs with fucking. This song has 260 million
Oh my
views on
god.
fucking YouTube now.
Damn. And you see, that's crazy. Is to see people like that before they blow up. And it's
And it was
like,
crazy because you could feel how
yes,
good it was as you're listening to it, and it's like,
exactly.
what the fuck? Like, how does not everybody know the song? And now 260 million people have
Yes,
listened
dude,
to it.
it's nuts. It's dude, it's crazy. Like, you see these people and then like you just forget about it and then out of nowhere, boom, like that dude just blows up.
And TikTok nowadays can blow anything up.
Yes.
Anything.
Yes. There's so many people that just blow up, some for the right reason, some for the wrong reason.
Trying to find that other song that. So now he has a song with Selena Gomez and shit. Like it was just weird seeing somebody so young in their career
Yes.
now. Like,
Dude, I'm telling you, the internet can either be a blessing or a curse.
yeah.
That's really, really it. Like it could go one way or another. Um,
Like I always wanting to fuck. I tell myself be consistent on TikTok with posting the podcast shit,
mhm.
but it's so time consuming to sit there and like make these little clips and whatnot. And
Yes.
I'm 2 hours into one, and I'm like, all right, I can't sit here for another 2 hours making a clip or something. It's just
Yeah.
too time consuming.
Dude, that one TikTok that like I made of me and Hannah doing like the little jousting thing that she bought, like that was like an hour long of like me
Editing
little that was
process.
also me waiting for her to get home from work. But it's like setting it up, making sure everything's right. And it's like whenever you're trying to like set sounds to it, it's like, man, this is just like it's just boring. And imagine people that post like three or four a
A day.
day. 3 or 4 a day. And it's like sometimes I'll just get a wild hair and I'm like, hey, like a TikTok, I find something funny, we'll make one.
Yeah.
We'll make one together. But like, I don't understand how people can do that. Because it's like you see people that have like all the fancy like the pictures for the
Like the
clip.
cover
Yeah, the
photos.
cover photo for it. And then it's like, doing the audio, the captioning, all the editing,
Well, that's how
just
this is.
whatever.
It was like at the beginning, it was so time consuming,
Hmm.
like just figuring out everything. But now that I got it like figured out, like I have everything set up in a line to where the editing process doesn't take as long anymore
Yeah.
because I know what I'm doing. Lining up the video with the audio doesn't take as long because I figured it out. But
Mhm.
at first time
Makes
trying to
you
get
oh,
the
makes you
fucking
mad.
video set with the audio, I sat there all afternoon and it still wasn't on.
Dude, that will drive you up the walls. You ever like watched a movie like that same situation? I can watch a movie. It's in a different language and it's got subtitles. I can
And
deal
it's
with that.
off. Like
But
Squid Games.
oh, dude, it took me about 2 episodes to get used to that because I'm like, there is nothing remotely close,
Close.
nothing. But it's like if you know that they're speaking English because you can
Just
read the
don't look at their
mouths,
fucking
just
lips.
don't look at their lips. But it's like if you can tell that it's actual English and you can hear what they're saying and you know that's what they're saying, but it's not lining up, it will drive you insane.
Yes.
It will drive you insane. Speaking of the editing, I know I said this at the wedding last week.
I was so drunk probably don't remember.
You look like you were pretty fair. You look like you were well off for
It
being
hit me
drunk.
all at once at the end of the
That's
night.
normally how it
Yeah.
goes. No, like I said last week, it's scale of 1 to 10. Uh, from how much do you hate hearing yourself on this?
I listen to it when I edit and I don't listen again after.
You've never listened to one of your podcasts again after. Never one.
I
Damn,
feel it's weird.
that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
I've went back and listened to like one or two, but like halfway through it, I'm like, I'm tired of listening to my fucking voice.
Yeah, I feel
I listen to me
that.
talk all day. I don't need to fucking. And I find it's weird. It's like I'm listening to myself talk in my
Yeah,
headphones.
it's weird. It's
Like I interviewed that guy Phil V, and
uh
like I wanted to listen to his interview, but I'm the interviewer.
Trent, get in here. Come do this interview.
Yeah,
I want to
it's
hear
like
myself.
I, I have I do have that plan like in the future, of, like just having other people do podcasts because I have the setup
Mhm.
and like me just all right hit record and me walk out, let them record,
Let them do it themselves.
and then I'll do the editing after.
It's a recorded stand up show is what it is at that point.
Yeah,
It's literally just
or like
here
I
with it.
even thought of like my old lady and her friends have so much drama. Like, why don't y'all just fucking start a goddamn podcast, just
Dude,
fucking talking girl shit?
that's it.
I don't want to sit in for the podcast. Y'all record,
We'll
I
just edit
edit
it.
it. Yeah.
Yes. No, that's dude. I'd listen to the hell out of some small town gossip. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I come back and like I'm out of the loop.
Yeah.
Like I'm out of the loop on a lot of stuff. Like I'll only find things out that are happening like the more significant tea through phone calls. That's it. And like I'll get that a month after it happens. It'll be like, oh, did you hear about this? And it's like, no, I live 4 hours away. What do you expect?
Fucking, like we was at Carly's house last night. It was just
Mhm.
me and all the girls. I'm the only guy. I'm just sitting there drinking wine with them, just bullshitting. And Peyton Gold shows up and she's like, okay, well, like, what's the down to buy your tea? Like, I've been in Baton Rouge. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
in the loop anymore.
Yeah, dude. It's nuts.
And then they just started rambling
Oh,
on, and I'm
dude.
like, oh my God, I don't want to fucking hear any of this. Why am I here?
Why are you the only guy there? It's like none of them.
Well, it was like Cheyenne's birthday was on
Oh,
the beginning of the month. So, like, they was just having a little, since school finished and
little
little get
celebratory thing.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel
And
that.
Gavin and all was in somewhere hunting right now, like
Uh,
Arkansas or some shit. I don't even know where
I
they
thought
at.
they were in Kansas. I sworn they were in
Kansas. I think he was working in Kansas.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's
I
at.
want to say they were working in Kansas because it's a whole bunch of them.
Or he was working in Kentucky or some shit. I don't even know.
No, I want to say it was Kansas because he was with Dylan Olima, Blaise Belanger, and I want to say it was Gavin because Dylan Odima came back, and the thing is like PCM won't let you drive more than a certain amount, and so on his way back he stopped and he hung out at our house, and then we all went duck hunting. Me, him, and my roommate, and a couple different people had just went and duck hunted. So
They got good duck hunting out there.
luck? No, not this year, dude. I
I heard
haven't.
it was been terrible down here too.
Dude, it's terrible here. It's hot. It's wish wash, dude. It's like it's either you're on them or you're not. And there are some people that just don't miss them. Man, like we've put in some hours just scouting wherever we can. I have not had a good duck season in probably about 3 years. 3 years. And like 3 years ago, dude, I had one buddy. Me and him were going basically daily. I was skipping class. I basically failed it.
But y'all killing it at that
Dude,
point.
we are slaughtering. I want to say that me and him put up like 150 in like a little under a week.
Damn.
Twice a day, hammering them.
See, I think that's why I never got into it, is because waste all, like spend all this money on everything and then my luck go out and not kill
Uh-huh.
it. That because like whenever I was younger, my dad duck hunted and I
Yeah.
go with him. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm super young, and I remember specifically going this one time
Mm.
and just nothing.
Yeah.
Then he kills one and we can't find it, and he's like, "Fuck this!
This-
like
this-
I'm never going back."
It's
And he quit, and I
Yeah.
never went.
it's a whole different world up there with it. Like the last good season that I had down here was like I still have the picture on my Instagram. It was 2014. I was hunting with my buddy's mom, and we freaking smoked them. It was me, her, and the neighbor because they were like they had just been tearing them up, and they were like, "We don't feel like going. We're gonna go do this." And she was like, "Well, I want to go hunting in the morning." And I was like, "I'll go with you." And so me and his
you were
mom,
trying to bang.
dude. That's a story for another day, dog. Dude, I put it like this. That was very sketchy night. Like you ever heard the TikTok audio or whatever? It's like she's trying to fuck me. Dude, I was catching those vibes hard, and I was I was very uncomfortable.
That's
Dude,
why
I
she
was
wanted to go hunting in the
dude, I
morning.
was sitting there texting him, and they're all laughing because like they know that that's how she's like she's like this. And then the next morning, I mean, like this woman is like very comfortable with herself. Turn around, we're sitting in the like we're standing in this pirogue in the middle of the marsh, and she goes, "I gotta pee." Drops everything and it hangs it out of the side of the pirogue, and
Hangs
it bust her ass into the water.
the way you said that. Hangs it out.
I don't know. She
She just
just
popped
fucking
the squat. Yeah, she just
like
pulled out
holding
her.
on to the front of the blind, just like popping a squat. Well, so no, dude, we laid him out there, but like up north, it's a whole different story. It's like down here, you can see everything. Up there, it's like mostly where I hunt is it's all like flooded timber. It's all trees. It's weird. Like there's
It's
one
like
place.
it's
There's
like
one.
marshy.
No,
No,
no, dude. Like most of the time, it's hard bottom. It's hard bottom. It's just water. It's just like standing water. But like down here, one wrong step and you're like literally gone. Literally gone. Now up there, it's like there's a lot of cypress knees, like cypress trees, things like that. You know, sticks underwater. So like you got to be cautious while you walk in your waders. But you can definitely get messed up just the same. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little drunk. I lost my gun last year. It's like we were trying to like race to this hole. Here's the difference. So a lot of places you walk in to hunt, and I had a couple of friends from down here that came up as their first time coming up, and they wanted to go hunt. So we stayed up all night drinking. Then we realized that nobody had decoys. So we drunkenly load up in the truck, drive to Monroe, buy some decoys at 1:30 in the morning from this guy on Facebook Marketplace.
just sounds sketchy as fuck.
Dude, brand new out of the box. We drive to where we're going to hunt and we line up. And the thing is like you can't go on to these reserves. So like you can get by the check-in box in the gate, but you cannot go through until 4 a.m. It's illegal. 4 o'clock comes. There's about like it literally went from like three cars. Like we literally sat out there, like drank beer and talked with some of these guys that were out there like waiting to go in. We At 4 o'clock, it was like a mile and a half, 2 miles of trucks lined up down this road. Dude, just out of nowhere.
Everybody and their grandma is going
Dude,
to the same
dude,
place.
it gets crazier. 4 o'clock comes, everybody gooses it, just gasses it. We are doing 70 miles an hour down a rock road that is probably no wider than maybe a foot of clearance on each side of this truck to this hole. Then you get out of a moving vehicle and you run into the woods pitch black
I could
to
see how
try
you
and get
could
a
lose
spot.
some things.
Dude, well, the thing is like, so at first there was like this little ditch you had to cross. So, like I get across the ditch and I'm sitting there and I'm going. Stick catches my leg. I go head first into an actual hole. Like I didn't just fall and like hit the ground. No, I went in a hole. I spent the entire morning freezing cold, soaking wet. I lost my gun. And the thing is, like I said, I was a little intoxicated, so I forgot about it. And so I finally catch up, like Tevin catches up to me, and I was like, "Hey, I think I forgot my gun." And he goes, "No, you didn't." I was like, "Oh, damn." I was like, "That thing's gone, dude." Because I sat there and I remember swashing around in the water for it, couldn't find it. I went back a couple days in a row after, dude. Like I went through and I tried so hard to find it, and I couldn't. And the funny
It's
part
like
is
$1,000 washed down the drain.
it wasn't 1,000. It was like five. I don't remember. The
I
thing
know they
is, it
get
was,
pricey.
dude. It was a graduation gift. So the funny part is I almost got arrested for that graduation gift. The funny story on that. It's not terrible. So it was senior year, and it was later part in the year. So like duck season's over, but like we would still go to the property and Bayou Blue, and we would like
Shoot skeet.
shoot skeet and nutra and stuff like that. And so I've got my shotgun in my toolbox. It's discharged, nothing in it. I don't even have any shells, dude. We shot them all. And I'm literally sitting in class, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've probably done a lot of stuff that I could have gotten in trouble for at school. Like I would just get up and walk. Like I would get up out of class if I didn't want to be there, and I would go sit in the office. I would literally go sit and talk to the receptionist for until my next class if I didn't want to be there, and I never got in trouble for it. Like I would go sit and talk to like the principal,
Well, you're going to
vice
sit in the
principal.
office. It's not like you're going.
Well, it's like normally you get sent to the office, but
Yeah,
like no,
you're
I would
going to
literally
hang
just get
out
up and
there.
go sit in. Like I would go talk to the SRO. The SRO and me were like best friends. That's like whenever I got in my fight, you know, how they had the zero tolerance thing. Didn't go to jail.
Yeah, same with
Didn't go
me.
to jail
I
because
got
I
in
was friends with him.
I got in fight, and they're like, they know me. They're like,
Yeah,
you've never been in trouble before.
exactly.
Like, and then the dude that I fought was like going psycho in the fucking
Mhm.
in the office, like trying
Yes.
to come into the fucking
Mhm.
the because I was sitting there with Miss Madge, and me and Miss
Mhm.
Madge know each other, and he's like trying to claw his way into because
Jesus
he's so
Christ.
fucking
Who in the
mad.
world did you fight?
It was Connor something, I don't remember his fucking last name. But yeah, we fought and I whooped his ass in the front of the whole school, and he was pissed the fuck off. I can't
Mhm.
remember his name. He died though.
Oh,
He overdosed on like heroin
oh,
or something.
oh,
Rest in
oh my
peace.
God, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace on that. No, yeah, so back to the original story, but I'm horrible about getting sidetracked. I'm
Yeah,
terrible
same
about
here.
that. So I'm sitting in class and like Torbert comes up to the door. And you know that finger wave. It's like you know.
Like
It like
your
and I'm
heart
like,
drops.
well, you it sounds terrible. And you know, like if Torbert of all people comes and gets you, you got hit. Like you got hit on the drug search. And it's like, I'm like, I don't even have anything. Like I hadn't even smoked a cigarette in this truck. And I was not like smoking weed at the time or anything. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I go standing out in the parking lot, and like this thing is like this is my last class of the day. Dude, I was out in that parking lot till 4:30. We got out at 2:15. I was there for 2 hours. Dude tore my truck apart. And at one point, like I'm standing and he goes, "What is this ash?" And for some reason, I'm like downwind of him. So I hear hash. And I was like, hash. I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, no, ash. And you know how they ask you to like, you got any drugs or weapons in the vehicle? And I was like, no. I was like, but I do have a shotgun in the toolbox. Dude sent that guy into overdrive. He like tore into me. And I'm like, okay, one, it's discharged. Two, the toolbox is locked. And then like I'm standing there. So this is whenever Principal Fountain came along, the vice principal, and he's standing there and he's literally looking at me, and I'm like, "Do I look like I'm going to shoot up the school?" And he goes, "No, absolutely not." So the thing is like this one cop was trying so hard to like get me like in trouble.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about, like I would have gotten expelled if it was not for the administration. The entire administration had looked at me and told me they were like, if for some reason this dick wants to try and like get charges pressed against you, like
Fight for you.
we were all going and testifying on your behalf. So maybe
So you
cutting
got
class saved me a rap
yeah,
sheet.
so you got hit up. They was thinking you had drugs in your fucking truck and you had
Exactly.
no drug.
I had nothing. I had a bag of chew in the back seat, and I only like I had it in the back pocket just in case like my mom and my dad got in my truck. And it's like I was 18 at the time, so
Yeah.
like back then you could buy it. So it's like I had it. It was legal. I didn't have any alcohol. I didn't have anything. I literally just had a shotgun from going.
Gavin got hit up for a piece of weed that was the
I
size
remember
of a
that. I
fucking
remember
grain
that.
of rice. Got suspended. Well, no, he got expelled. Couldn't play his fucking senior year of baseball and
Yeah, I
shit.
remember all that.
Like all that fucking bullshit.
I remember
That was
all of
so
that.
fucked up.
Dude, it's nuts. I remember. I
As
remember.
much weed as I smoked in high school, I never got fucking caught with it, but I had that
Is
fucking.
it true that you skipped that day? Like you just didn't show up whenever you got called? Like you bailed? I was
I
told that you bailed out and you just didn't come back.
This is what happened. They called me to the office. I had no idea what it was for, so I fucking roll up and there's like a fucking group of 15 kids standing there. Like, what the fuck? I seen Russell Porche. He's like, yeah, bro, they about to piss test us. Like, piss test us? He's like, yeah, for sports. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not even in sports no more. I was like, oh, fuck. I'm like, I literally, like, just smoked like the day before or some shit. And I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking pass this. I fucking turned around, walked,
Smooth out.
took off, got in my truck, went home. I'm calling my mom. I'm like, they're trying to piss test us at school. I have no idea what to do. I'm fucking dirty. Like, what the fuck do I do? She's like, well, thanks for calling me, I guess. She said, if you don't go and take it, they're going to automatically fail you because you're kind of skipping out on it. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck. So I went to fucking CVS. I bought this fucking thing that's supposed to like flush you out or some shit,
Yeah.
drinking a whole bunch of shit. Went back to school, like just showed up. I was like, yeah, I kind of skipped out. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to fail my drug test and I didn't want to take it.
Yeah.
I was just honest with him.
Yeah.
And the guy was like just about to leave. And he's like, well, I mean, I'm still here. You can take your piss test and like see what happens. So I take the piss test and they're like, well, you're gonna be suspended from sports until the results come back. And that was right. Like regionals was coming up in like 2 weeks for cross country.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, man. Like I just completely gave up. Like I was in the best shape of my life at that point. Like
Dude, they had a couple of y'all that
PRs.
were just kicking ass. It was like you,
Yeah.
Luis, Gavin, a couple of y'all.
Bailey,
Yeah.
Brennan. Like we got 7th in state that year.
Yeah.
We could have probably like got top 5 if I wouldn't have fucking went on my little shit. And the day of regionals, the results come back. Coach Guidros comes find me. He's like, well, you passed. Like, what?
No
Like, so
way.
this whole fucking time.
Dude, I've never heard that part of this story. Dude, for all these years, I literally thought that, like, I was told that you just bailed and didn't come back. I didn't know you took it, much less passed it.
And I fucking, like, didn't run for those 2 weeks, so I was so out of shape. And
dude.
it's like, well, regionals is today. You can run. I'm like, fuck, I'm out of shape now. Yeah, and bombed it. And
dude.
Yep.
I've never failed a drug test in my life. I've had several of them.
And
now,
you know, it gets even deeper than this. Let me finish the story.
Oh my
too.
God, there's more.
Yeah. So that weekend, it was like, it's like, fuck, well, I can't smoke. So, like, what can I do to get fucked up? And my friend was like, well, you could take this pill right here. It was Vyvanse
Oh, no.
or some shit. And Vyvanse, Adderall, one of the two. First time ever taking it. Whew, best time of my life. And had no idea what it was. And that was like Saturday. And they said, well, if you bring a piss test that you pass, like from just go to a place, take a piss test, bring us back the results, you'll be put back on the team. So me and my grandma had scheduled an appointment on the Monday to go take a piss test. Take it the Saturday, I go take the fucking piss test. I have no idea. I didn't know that was.
It pops up as meth.
Yeah. So me and my grandma was sitting in there. And the lady comes out and she's like, "Oh, so did you like take anything?" I'm like, oh," and then it hit me. I'm like, "Oh, fuck." It's like, yes, I took something. I don't even know what it like. Didn't even know what it was. And he's like, "Yeah, well, you popped up for meth." And my grandma was like, what the fuck? Fucking 16-year-old fucking kid failing a fucking drug test for meth. And yeah, she didn't bring me back to take another one, so I had to wait 2 weeks.
Dude, I remember, I want to say it was like my sophomore year at college. And it's like, dude, I'm not going to lie. Like, I've always been asked, like, why I don't go to the gym. Like, I gave up the gym after high school, dude. Like, I was, like, top physical shape in high school. I was like very low body percentage, everything. Just did not want to go to the gym anymore, dude. I just never found that love for it again. But like I ran for a little while. Like I would run like every night. But I did like running in the weather. And it's cool because the treadmills at the Sports and Wellness Center at Tech had TVs in it.
TV, yeah.
So like I could sit there and watch a baseball game. I ran for an entire baseball game. I ran like 12 miles. Because of an Adderall. Like I took an Adderall, I studied for a little while, and I was like, man, I got a lot of energy. I was like, I'm gonna go run. I didn't even look at like none of the stats or anything. I'm just running, just watching this baseball game. I look down. It has been like, I don't know, a couple hours and 12 and a half miles later. And I'm like, oh my God. And like I'm averaging a good pace. Like I don't remember like what it was that I was running. But I did take a running class, and the thing was, like, at the beginning of the quarter, you had to take it, and he said for every second, up to 30 seconds was, like, a bonus point if you shaved off your time. So, like, I took it serious the first time that I ran
So that
it.
was a class in college?
It was, dude, like, these electives, dude, there's electives for everything. Like, I took a
That's
scuba diving class. I'm dead serious, dude. I took a scuba diving class. My little brother is in the fraternity is certified as a scuba diver, like class 1. It's nuts. Like, you can do a lot of stuff in college, bro.
Yeah.
It's nuts. And, I shaved, like, a minute and a half off
What was the like? What were y'all getting timed on? Like a mile?
a mile, yeah. So, like,
What were you running in a mile?
I ran a 7:45 at the beginning of the quarter. I wanna say, like, I ran close to, like, a 6:20, 6:15. No, maybe a little less than that. I don't remember. But, like, I shaved a decent amount of time off. Like, the best mile I've ever had was, like, in high school. I ran, like, a 5 something, like a late 5, which is, like, really good for me.
Yeah, right under 6.
Like, I can run, and it's like I remember I remember in, like, middle school, they were wanting me to run, like, long distance for track, and I'm like, "No, no." I I didn't wanna do it. I didn't wanna do
I
it.
don't like running long distance on a track. Like cross country and just
Mhm.
running out wherever is hell of a lot funner than running 12 fucking laps on a fucking track.
Dude, that sucks.
Yeah.
Especially, like,
What?
when for warm-ups, whenever they send the runner like, they send the best person out there and they're like, "Catch him." And it's like, "How do you want us to catch that?" It's like, that's an animal.
I ran a 5:01 mile in high school
Damn.
and it fucking eats me to death because I didn't break 5 minutes. Like I just want like a 4:59
Mm,
mile
I feel
and
that.
I'd be feel accomplished in life. Like I still have that itch to run a fucking 5-minute mile.
You know what it was? It was 5:45. It was 5:45 that I ran in that mile. I was so impressed because, like, dude, I was very out of shape. Still round as a shape. Doing great. Doing great here. But, like, I have no problem with it. Like, my thing is, like, as long as I'm still good, like, physically, and, like, it's not, messing
Hurting
me up.
to move and shit.
That's the thing, is as long as it's not, like, holding me back like it was, like, my confidence was low because of
Right.
that. Like, dude, because, like, I that freshman 15 that you get, never got it. But my sophomore year, I went from 155
Same
to
here.
dude, I went from 155 to 180 in 1 year.
Damn.
1 year. Got out of that relationship, dropped it. Dude, that summer, I went down to 150.
Cause
Went
you
down
was
to
in the gym
no,
or just
no, dude, like, just that's the one thing that I love about blue collar work is because, like,
working your ass off.
whenever I work, I'm not worried about, like, eating or anything. Dude, like, if I'm at home, I get hungry for no reason. And, like, my self-control, very little, very little. Like, I was at a point to where, like, if I got a craving, I was gonna get a whole meal. I would get a whole meal, and I'm like, "Well, I can't just let it sit there." I'm not thinking like you can eat it later. No, I'm eating the whole thing. Just ate 2 hours ago, gonna eat a
Right.
whole 'nother meal right now.
The exercise thing for me is more like a a mental thing. Like it just helps with my mental state of
Mhm.
mind and like being dedicated and having some type. Fuck, I lost the word that I had in my head that I wanted to say. Not dedication. Anyway, it just keeps me fucking on a path. I feel like if I don't
Mhm.
have any fucking fitness goals or anything, I don't know. It's just a big,
Dedicated?
yeah, dedicated. I guess I don't know. It was another word that drifted off in the head
Mm,
and it's
yeah.
gone in space. But yeah, it just keeps me level headed. I have to have some type of fitness goal. Like I want to. I'm running a half marathon at some point next year.
I've always heard I've heard you say that several
Yeah.
times. And that's another thing that I heard you
I would
saying.
literally had just started because I had like a whole training plan. Had been running for probably the last 6 months before that, constantly. And right before the storm, I just started my fucking marathon training plan.
Mhm.
Did it for a week. I'm running like 6, 7 miles a day,
Damn.
and then the hurricane comes and it kind of fucked
Mm.
me up.
You see, I heard that in that episode that I was listening to, your most recent one, the mental health one is what it was. So, that's one thing that, like, from my experience, and how is your mental health?
Um, all over the place.
I feel that. I feel I no, and that's
It's just
completely
that's the
understandable.
honest thing. It really is like every day, like I'll wake up, be fine, and then throughout the day, it's like these thoughts just fucking pop up in the head,
Mhm.
and not talking about it. That's my biggest thing. I'm not a fucking communicative person. Like this is the most communicative I get is on a podcast.
You've never been a very talkative person. You've
Never, and
never.
like me thinking about it, like, why in the world would I ever start a
Or
podcast?
podcast.
Because I don't talk. Like, I can go in a room full of people, and if I'm not spoken to, I'm not speaking.
Thinking, no.
And that's just how I am. Like, I feel like I don't have much to say or anything, or like I'm just not the type of person that's gonna go create conversation.
Yeah. Well, that's how you were last Friday. You were kind of just like in your own little world.
Yeah,
You were just holding that conversation. I can't remember who you were talking to, but like you were just kind of doing your own thing. It's like you've always been like that,
yeah.
but that's completely fine. The thing is like, especially with the mental state, uh, it's time to accept that it's okay to not be okay.
Well, I know that everybody has different things going on.
Mm,
Like everybody is dealing with the same bullshit throughout life. Like everybody has these fucking problems that we feel like it's only us that is not fucking happy or not
yeah.
fucking this. But at the end of the day, like we're all thinking that we're alone in this fucking thing but it's everybody fucking dealing with something.
That was the hardest thing for me to do was to speak to somebody about it. And like, I'm not gonna lie, like I was on the I was on the brink of killing myself. Like literally gun in hand, sitting in my driveway. My dad calls me. Like just I don't know what it was, what happened. And I knew that if I did not tell him right then and there what was going on, like I was going to do it. And I've come so far because of it. Like I've learned to just not bottle it, dude, because like
Yeah.
every aspect of my life was just whooping my ass. My finances, dude, I was broke. I was stressed as you can get with work, school. I'm trying to graduate at the time. Um, my mental, I am drained in every aspect. Like, dude, like I am tapped out, and I didn't know what to do anymore. And the thing is like, as a guy, like
It's pride.
dude, it's pride, but it's like you also never think that anybody is there for you. You never think of that
And you can
because
have people
because
around you can have people around all the time and still
because
feel alone.
you don't think to talk to these people about these things because it's like as a guy, dude, we were raised like don't be a bitch, bottle it up, get over it.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, there's some shit that like I can't deal with on my own. And it's like I need help. I need to get this out. And so that's what I did. And so like that's the best thing. Me and Hannah have never argued once. Not once. We've had a couple times where like, got aggravated with each other, but like we've never screamed and yelled and like just been mad at each other, like didn't talk to each other or anything like that.
Y'all communicate really well.
Communicate so amazingly. So amazing. Dude, that's it. Like, my thing is, I hate to argue. She doesn't like to argue either. So it's like, if there's something wrong,
Just talk
we,
about it.
we may space out for a little bit, then we come back and we talk. And
My
that's it.
my problem is I won't fucking talk until it's like so bottled up that it's like the pressure's fucking built up, and the next thing you know, the fucking top blows, and boom, I'm
Yeah.
fucking
Pissed.
fucking I can't express it unless I'm fucking raging
Yeah.
almost, and I'm working on that.
No, dude,
it's
the thing is it's not something that you can rush either.
yeah,
And that's completely understandable. But
it's a season. It's season. I look at life as seasons,
yeah.
and whatever your mental health is at one point is just a season that you're dealing with, and it's eventually
Yeah.
gonna fucking get over it.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, it blowing up my phone.
Before we go, I know you probably gotta wrap things up soon. I got one question for you. I want to start asking everybody on the podcast this that comes on because name of the podcast is Life Never Ends. So, what is your opinion? Does life ever end?
Does it? Um, well, with this, obviously not. Like you said, um, it's forever. That what do you mean, like by the context of like does life ever end? Like it I don't
I
know.
know it's an open ended statement, kind of like,
Um,
what do you think happens
stop
after the?
it stops when you give up. It's what you make it. Like one of my buddies pulled me aside last night and he was like, "Thank you so much for coming down here. Like, like I miss you being around and it's like I want you to hang around." And it's like hearing those kinds of things is what makes me do it. Like I'm I can't stay still. I'm a nomadic individual. Like I said, got here at 2 o'clock in the morning on Saturday after going to a Christmas party. After a full week of work. It's like life stops when you quit giving it. Like you give into it. I don't mind staying home and doing nothing, but life ends whenever you quit giving effort to go do things. You don't have to go drink. You don't have to go do anything. Dude, I literally last weekend I had 2 weddings. We drove all the way down here for Friday night. Brett and Allie's wedding. Went to that wedding. Went to Brandon's. Drank. Like kept drinking until like 3 or 4 in the morning. I woke up. I drove to Baton Rouge for another wedding. Got drunk again. Stayed at my buddy's house with a whole bunch of my fraternity brothers. We stayed up drinking until God knows what time. Then we went 4 hours back to Ruston. I hopped in a boat and went scouted ducks. It's not because I just have to be doing something, but it's because I'm doing what I enjoy doing. That's whenever life ends. Whenever I can't do that anymore, please take me out of this world. Whenever I can't do what I love to do, I have nothing to live for. That's it. And that's my definition of it.
That is exactly what I was looking for.
I'm sorry. I was
No.
confused at first. It felt like a loaded question.
It is a loaded question, and that's what I want it to be.
Yeah.
Like, ask somebody that and just see where it goes.
Yeah. No, absolutely, man. Chase your dreams. Chase your dreams. I mean, like, whatever it is, just get out there and do it.
Start doing shit and see where it goes.
Oh, I've been thinking about this, and I wanted to say it on here. So you remember that episode y'all did with Jacob Reader?
Yes.
You remember how y'all were saying the one thing about the one man, one jar?
Yeah.
That guy's married with kids and went to work the next day. My head is filled with so much useless knowledge, and I have been wanting to say that on here. That was my one keynote of bringing that here, because this has been bothering me. Dude, my head is filled with so much useless knowledge. You can ask a lot of people. I can quote movies, TikToks, Vines, music, you name it, like the back of my hand. That guy from that video is married with kids, and he went to work the next day with glass in his ass
What the
until he had to go to the hospital. Yes, he is not single. He is still alive, too. He's alive and well. Yeah. Useless information
yeah,
for
you
you.
did useless research on that.
No, dude, I
just came across it.
I'm literally scrolling through TikTok one day, and this guy goes, "Is the stupidest name ever? His name on TikTok is Piss Fungus." And I'm like, "What in the world?" And he's wearing one of those witch doctor masks, like it looks like a bird beak type thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, do you know what those were for?
No.
So, in the day, like back in the days of the plague and whatnot, people would walk around and they would put incense in the nose of it. And so that way, whenever you're walking around, the smell of death was so bad that you basically had the mask on and you were just smelling incense. So that way you didn't have to deal with the smell of death. Yeah. You can ask me anything. I probably know some stupid fact about
Yeah,
it.
just some stupid fact.
Dude, I'm telling you, if you ever see me, you have a question about something, I probably have just a ridiculous.
Might not be the answer, but he got some comment.
I've got something. I've got something to chime in on it, bro. I've got something of everything. So, is there anything else you got?
No, man.
So,
Appreciate you coming on.
No, dude, I've been wanting to do it for so long. Been wanting to do it for so long. I don't know why, but I have been. I've just been wanting to do it.
Hey, man.
So,
we got it done.
Get it out of here. I got some people to go visit.
Peace out, people.
Deuces, everyone. That was awesome.
Fucking right.
Oh my god. It's weird hearing my actual voice.
Yeah, it fucking fucks you up once you take the headphones off.
Oh my god. Listen.
Oh.
Oh shit. And now the hangover's kicking in.
Yeah.